Hello Shy Guys and Gals, welcome back. I'm here sharing a video on a recent haul on eBay of which items that I got. I'm hoping that maybe some of these can be used for giveaways. I'm just still not sure how that works yet or how I would even do that, so I may or may not be actually giving these things away. I might end up reselling them on eBay if I can't figure out how to do giveaways. Let's open up. And this has been quarantining for a few days. Okay, open up. Oh. We've got a pair of sunglasses with Cornelia. New Power up in the corner. These are probably going to be way too small for me. I'll probably resell these ones. We've got a coin bank. I have actually needed one of these. Doesn't look like the seal works anymore, but that's what crafty people are for, right? Probably out of the frame. This is huge. I think I'm actually just going to take everything out of the box and then talk about it. I'm resisting the urge not to really look at anything yet. Okay. Still going. It looks like everything. Let me just get this box out of the way. You must leave, my friend. So, let's try not to touch my face. Okay. Trying to take a look at these. We have a little Will doll. She is going pretty bald. I don't know if she came that way from the original box, but her haircut is not so fabulous. But she seems to have like a little thing, so she could be like a Christmas ornament or something. We have a keychain lock type mechanism that makes sound. The pull tab was still in it. It says scan and reset on the back. I don't know if it's something radio related or not. We're gonna have to take a look at that. Okay, so I found out that it's a radio. The scan and reset buttons, and you can put the headphones right in there. And we have some stickers. Actually, they might be magnets. Fridge magnets. I want to open these. Sorry if this is making you cringe. Relationship magnets. So cute. Ooh. Woohoo. We have a ring with Tarani's symbol on it. We have some rhinestones of the elements. Probably like cell phone charms or something. A necklace with interchangeable beads. So I've got two of those. A keychain with the Heart of Kandrakar, a little rubber keychain of the Heart of Kandrakar on some kind of tassel. Buttons. We've got Will, Caleb, Haylin, Cornelia, Tarani, Eliana, and Irma. I have twins of Tarani, which I've seen these PVC figures on eBay, and I've been debating whether or not to get them because I feel like they've been showing up overpriced at like $14 a doll. But this is really nice quality, and I think I recommend getting these. We have a fan, which I actually collect fans, so this makes me happy. It's paper and not fabric, so I might put duct tape over this to keep it strong, fully functional. But here we are with the elements. We've got the witch logo on there. That might become wall decorative. There is this kind of plasticky witch folder. And it's coming apart at the seams, but that's nothing that clear duct tape can't fix, right? Duct tape fixes almost everything. Got that side. And the humans on the other side. So, we have, I think these are mini cute little stickers. Ooh, beautiful stickers here. If you look up close, that's a beautiful Irma one in the center. Posters. I have a poster of Irma. We're going to have a bit of a change in camera quality because the one I was using died and doesn't want to come back to life at the moment. So, using a phone cam, which is probably actually better. So where I left off, we have a beautiful poster of Irma. Side, we've got another poster, a square poster with all of the girls being casual, walking, making their way downtown. We have some calendars, which I was most excited for because calendars equal posters, don't they? So, oh, nice big shots of artwork. Always the best. 2005. I was a wee 5th grader. We have a 2004 calendar. We have a 2006 calendar. Then we have some kind of postcard. Then we have something with Hey Lynn on the cover. Let's see if I can recognize any cognates. I'll have to translate this, but it looks like it's just kind of a notebook for me. We have a pencil case. It says witch on it, but it's not very witchy. Oh no. A stamper. So there's a lot of stationery, pens and pencils in this. Oh, they're not dried out. They're not dried out. We have a witch-themed ruler for measuring on the go. We have a Tyranny doll, a little Tyranny doll with a backpack. One of the lower quality dolls. Pretty cute. We have another zipper pouch. I can't tell what the imagery is on here. Oh, it opens up to a bigger square. We have a cute frog necklace with like a 18-year-old looking Will on there, like human form. It's like metal with like a green tint color on there. I'm probably going to wear this because I'm a necklace girl. Red bead bracelets. And we have a rubbery bracelet with Tyranny's fire symbol on it. Encontrar Meridian. Which looks like a chapter book, but it's printed like the adventure books. Here's a little Cornelia doll, like the whale doll we have. Does not really look like Cornelia, except for the fact that she would wear an outfit like this. It does not look like her face, and the hair is terrible. We have a little Irma doll. So, hi. Sudden new outfit. It's a different day. I had to stop filming halfway through the other items. So, here we are with our final witch items. The original theme from the USA. So, is this music? It says it contains We Are Witch and We Are Witch Instrumental. Definitely needs to go through a CD cleaner. To be expected. I mean, this was actually bouncing around in the box when it showed up. Then we have a bag, it looks like, which I'm always excited for bags, especially if they're witch themed. What is this? I can't tell what it's supposed to be. There's an adjustable strap on the back. It's sky blue with pink outside, and there's a zipper pouch on the top. Please tell me in the comments what you think that this is. Another bag. Now this looks more like a small phone satchel. It is neon orange with an adjustable strap. How big can we go? And it has 2 zipper pouches. Make sure we have no remnants of the early 2000s in there. Big enough for a modern day phone, which is nice. And it has the silhouettes of the guardians, some flowers, and some butterflies in white. Put that aside. We have a photo album, it looks like. It looks like another bag. Oh, this might be a drawstring bag. It has panels of the girls' eyes in the order of their acronym. And it also has handles I mean, this looks very fragile and it wouldn't be really doing well with a lot of heavy items in it. But, you know, to take a water bottle out on a bike ride. And we have, I think, another bag. Okay. Ooh, it's a bag with images of the comic on it. And it's rubbery. This is so cute. If you really wanted, you could probably make bags like this with printouts of the comics and some duct tape laid out pretty creatively. Oh, I love it. So, when does this take place? This might be just a random mix of comic shots from arc 1 and 2. We have another bag, it looks like. Okay, so the quality of this one looks like it's going to be very fragile as well. Still kind of just a shopping type bag. It has colors that are reminiscent of the Chinese New Year, of course, red and gold. Very beautiful, artsy, kind of sketchy shots of the girls. And it has a strap that looks adjustable. How long can we make it? We can make it pretty long because, you know, most of us aren't 12 anymore. That's as long as the strap goes, and it is a very small bag. Not going to carry much besides books, which isn't too bad. It could be, you know, a library bag or something like that. So now we have wall decorations. So this one is a foam wall decoration from Deco Fun. And I think you can actually still find this on that website. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really looked into it too deeply yet, but here's one of the girls in their human forms. It looks really cool. It is very flopsy, and I can't see myself really hanging it up just by itself like this. I might find a small plywood plank and hang that up with command strips or something with this glued down on, maybe paint it black and glue this down onto it just to provide it support. Or maybe even find a shadow box that's big enough to house this and hang it on the wall that way. It looks pretty alright. Some of it's a little funky. Like, I'll show you a closer up image, but Cornelia's eye over here has just a weird bump on it. And Irma's eyes look a little funky too, but the rest of the girls are alright. Posters, and it feels like a lot of posters, so I'm very curious about this. Alright, so the first one is my favorite character, Will, with the logo in a hot pink. These are huge. This is a huge one. That same pink poster in the center of this, but with the classic comic shot of the girls in their colors around her. Halen and Tarani. And Cornelia and Irma. This is too big to hold on my own. Also, I want to mention giveaways. I'm not going to be doing them until we get probably 1,000 subscribers. Also, I'm still figuring out how they function, but we kind of... Oh, it says Toys R Us on here. Toys R Us gave out the Witch poster. Ooh. Not the Disney store. Interesting. So, we kind of want to start making money off of this channel. And I guess you have to do that after you have 1,000 subscribers and a certain number of watch hours. So, no giveaways until we have 1,000. So spread the word to all the witch groups, all the witch pages, you know, all your friends. Because we need this. So that was my eBay haul. And I also wanted to take this opportunity to... This was all one order. I got a really good deal on it. The person reasonably priced this group of items, which is what I want to talk about, is eBay buying and selling guide for witch items. I put together some notes here on how I feel that these things should be sold or purchased. Of course, everything is still up to you. Whatever you want to list or sell or buy is up to you. but I feel like this that I'm going to lay out here is more fair to everyone involved. So first of all, it comes to listing your item. The search terms that you use are very important for whether or not your item even gets found. One problem with which, the title, is that if you don't put the dots in it, or even if you do put the dots in it, you still get search results of, classic green-nosed Halloween witches. All the time, no matter where you search witch, that's always going to come up. Putting the dots in between the letters is helpful. Also, adding Disney to witch, like Disney witch, does help, but then you start getting like Maleficent and the Evil Queen showing up as well. So it's still difficult to search this, which kind of is a difficult name. So it's also more helpful if you add the girls' names to your listing. Like if you just say whatever item you have, Disney witch item, Will, Irma, Tarani, Cornelia, Haylin, in either your description or your title, it will more likely come up under people searching for witch items. Now, unfortunately, there's a lot of non-fans maybe selling some family members' items, or even people that aren't fans anymore that don't remember anything about the show or the comics. So they're listing things a little bit wrong. For example, I found an Elion doll listed as, or Cornelia doll, which they could have made a lot more money listing it as Elion like it actually was, because Elion is super rare. However, they listed it as Cornelia for about $30 and really lost out on that sell. There's also people listing witch items as Winx items because they're just like, oh yeah, these fairy girls, that's Winx, right? And they're listing it completely wrong. People are also listing items as just fairies because they see them with the wings. They're just listing them as regular old fairies, no association with Disney or witch, so they get lost in the whole big search of fairy items. And some people are just citing dolls as, oh, here's just a redhead Barbie doll, even though it's obviously not a Barbie, and it's a Will doll that has lost all of its clothes and is being sold just as a redheaded doll. Unfortunately, I have seen a few witch items fall victim to whatever that redecorating dolls where you strip them of the clothes and the paint and you make them into a fan-created item or your own artsy item. It's OOAK, I believe. I think it's pronounced oak. And a lot of people are selling the dolls just for that, so people can just buy them and turn them into something else. So a lot of witch fans are kind of missing out on the dolls that are being sold and turned into something else. I found a Will doll that was remade into some person in a kimono with black hair, and it was just kind of sad to see because the witch dolls are very rare, at least in America, where I come from. So another thing you can do to help you find witch items is playing with the region or language of eBay, because I'll set my area that I'm searching to Italy, because Italy, of course, will have a lot of witch items because it was produced there. I know a lot of Spain and Portugal have a lot of witch items, and even Germany usually comes up with a lot of witch items. However, language is a barrier to some. I recommend, if you're searching on your phone, to download Google Translate app, because it is very helpful to me. Sometimes I'll click on an item that's in another language and it'll translate it automatically for me, or I can just easily copy and paste to translate. There is a trouble with Google Translate though, where you'll see it in a certain language. Sometimes you'll have to search that item with the exact language and the exact way they worded it, because eBay isn't intuitive to where if you type something in one language, it won't find you that item listed in another language. You could be, for example, looking for a certain book and you type it in English, and if someone listed that in Spanish, it's not going to come up for you searching it. So that's unfortunate. So you have to know exactly what you're looking for when it comes to the books. I also really want to put out there that I really want more people to be using global shipping, because there's so many items that I would have purchased and probably spent quite a bit of money on, but they weren't being sent to my area of the world because they didn't have global shipping. So they lose out on me being a buyer. And when you're looking for books, if you're looking for collectible stuff, like the test where you can see which witch girl you are, or even diaries, or little things that came with the comics, or collectibles like the omnibus or the manga, your search is going to be overpowered by the current graphic novels, the old graphic novels, and the chapter books. Those are going to come up in the search, and you're not really going to find what you're looking for unless you have the ISBN or the exact title in certain cases. I also recommend posting books individually, not as big groups of sales. I know it may look really helpful to be selling volumes 1 through 8, but there are some people like me looking around and just missing 1 or 2 books, and not wanting to spend money to buy a whole collection, but rather if you sell them individually and have your settings as combined shipping, then not only is it cheaper for you and the buyer to get multiple items and just easier, it's also better and more likely to have your items sell because you're not selling somebody useless things to them. Okay. I also want to state that the Irma adventure book is super rare, so it is okay to price that pretty high because you can't find that literally anywhere in any language. It is very hard to find. So pricing that pretty high is okay. I wouldn't put it up to $100. I would say maybe no higher than $30 for a book, unless it has special things that aren't found anywhere else. When it comes to dolls, I want to say that the 12-inch Gyoshi Preziosi dolls are the most high quality of the dolls that were produced and that are out there, especially the Guardian forms. Those are very hard to find, so those are a little higher priced. And I would recommend setting the prices for those dolls, the Guardian form dolls and the Elion Princess doll, between $60 to $80. $80 being it has the wings that Velcro on the back and shoes. Like every piece of the doll is there. You're not missing anything. Okay. Now actually the Irma Guardian doll and the Elion Princess doll, basically any Elion doll in general, are super rare, so they are okay to list pretty high prices. Up to 100 is alright. I wouldn't go over 100. I would list those ones between 80 to 100 because they are really rare, but I don't think any of the dolls, no matter how high quality they're in or if they're in the box, are worth $100. Because there's been dolls sitting on eBay for months and years now, listing the dolls for $200 to $300, and they still have not sold. People are a little bit more reasonable and they don't want to be spending that much for a doll. Now, the trendy Gyoshi Preziosi dolls, where they're just in stylish clothes, I would say that those are better ranked between $30 and $40. $40, of course, being they have the shoes and everything. I guess if you have something new in box, a really good box, you could add maybe $10 to that, but you don't want to be charging people crazy amounts of money just because it's in the original cardboard. Okay? The smaller dolls that you see, that like some of the ones I got in this haul, I would say that those could resell for $15 to $25. $25 being they have everything. However, if you have naked witch dolls where they're missing everything, you pretty much have something that's kind of worthless. Not many people, unless they know how to make doll clothes or can find clothes to put on it, are going to buy a naked doll, unless they're a crafter, like I said. So those are kind of worth between $5 to $10 depending on the quality of those. I would actually recommend setting those up as bidding items because I did see somebody post their witch dolls as bidding items. That's actually how I got my Elion doll. It was listed as bidding, and I got into a bidding war with someone, and we got pretty high up in price. However, all those dolls had clothes, so they were more viable items. For example, the trendy Tarani doll I only got for $6 because nobody was really betting on that one. So it's win or lose. You might end up with doing a lot of money or getting very little money if you put something as a bidding item. You can also list the naked dolls as OOAK, like I said earlier, the oak items, because there are crafters out there that will be willing to take them and turn them into something even more beautiful, craft their own clothes and everything. But you really only get that out there if you put it listed as OOAK in the title. Still listed as a witch doll with the character's name because someone out there very well may buy it. People will, anything sells. There's someone out there that will buy it. So list it as you please. But if it's missing so many items, I would list it as an oak doll. Now, in terms of the gadgets or little things like pencils, erasers, sunglasses, all those little things that came with the comics, those are essentially just items with the witch names slapped on them. They're not particularly about the comics. There are some, like jewelry, that's a little bit more about the comics. There's also rings and stuff. Those are a little bit more special. Maybe those could go for $10, like the Tirani ring that I got. That would be kind of worth $10 because it's got the symbol and it's just a kind of a high quality item. Still in the cardboard, by the way, which is also very important for pricing. Because I've seen pens, even though they're in the original cardboard, selling for $15, and that's not worth it, especially since most of the people buying those pens and pencils are not going to write with them because they're a commemorative item. So that's just going to be sitting around collecting dust somewhere, and you've paid way too much for it. I recommend selling pens and erasers and things like that in a big group, or even with a tin to keep them in, from Witch, because they did have tins and pencil bags, which you could increase your item price if you've got a big group of items. People are more likely to spend that. Like this group of items, I thought was worth it for the price because look at all the amazing things I got. And it wasn't crazy priced. I didn't pay more than $200 for this. So I got a good deal. Like the writing materials, I want to say, are just 99 cents each. So just think about that when you're listing your items. Even if you add them with an original comic, I would say comics should sell for $10 because it's very little story. It's just like one chapter of what you can get for $5 now in the graphic novels. So comics should be maybe $10. The gifts that came with them should be $5. If you sell them together, you have a $15 total. If it's the comic and the prize that originally came with it, then go ahead and sell it for $25. But really, those things should not be as high priced as they are. So I think I've covered all of the things I want to talk about when it comes to buying and selling witch items. And I hope you like what we found here. There's things I haven't seen before. And I really love witch merch and finding it because it was so rare in America again. So please subscribe for the future so we can maybe do giveaways of these items. Otherwise, I'm just going to be selling them. So let's try to get us to 1,000 subscribers. And I hope you have a good day today. Bye.